Interviewing Time with Deputy Mike.
Mike, and this is our Halloween edition. Woo! So, without further ado, let's move into roll call. Grab your feet and take a seat. It's roll call time. So wait, before we go, I want to point out that, as you notice, I am dressed differently because this is Friday, in case my superiors are watching. So this is my dress down approved uniform. So I just wanted to point out today is Friday. Well, Kara, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. I am Mrs. Kerber, since we're in school. Secretary extraordinaire.
My name is Marshall Morris. I'm with Digital Marketing and Management.
I'm Addison Sanders. I'm also in Digital Marketing and Management.
I am Morgan Denna, and I am pre-nursing phlebotomy.
Oh, look, I'm Morgan. There she is.
Yay!
So welcome aboard, everybody. So, let's... Oh, I don't know why I slide it. Let's go into interrogation.
Interrogation time.
So today we're talking about scary things.
Yay.
Hillview Manor. What scares you? Did you send anything? We got pictures of you?
I sent it to Connor. I don't know if he was here today or maybe not. But I did send some pictures of some of the
Makeup?
some makeup and some Scare Manor actors, the little ones, because I have little ones.
Do you know what? If we, I don't know if we have those, to be truthful. If we do, are we able to pull them up now and we can?
For a sec.
For a second. There's my ball.
Remember last time they just flashed? We were like, whoop, there was that.
It's better than looking at me because I don't like looking at me. So you guys can.
You look amazing.
You look amazing.
I don't.
Killing it in the dress down fit.
I like it when it's on you guys. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if we got pictures or not.
One second.
We're waiting. We're waiting. So while we're waiting, what's your favorite thing to dress up as?
Favorite? Recently I dressed up as Simon from Alvin and the Chipmunks for the trunk or treat.
How nice.
Hey, you guys look good, by the way. You did.
Thank you.
I liked it. But what is your favorite costume of all time?
Favorite costume of all time was me dressed up as a marshmallow, because that used to be my nickname. So I was in a pillow, and it was real comfy. And
Marshmallow. All right. Hey,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong. You roll with what you like.
That's right.
That's right.
it was comfy.
Marshmallows.
Marshmallows. Stay Puft Man. Well, see, marshmallows, now you're all grown up, so now you are the Stay Puft Man.
Now I'm the Stay Puft Man.
What's your favorite costume?
Well, probably my weirdest and funniest one was I was obsessed with Jane Goodall when I was in 3rd grade. So I dressed up as her for the next 3 Halloweens. It was so bad. But
Did you have a little monkey with you?
I did.
Nice.
I also had binoculars.
Nice. Very good.
Had it all down.
Nice.
What's your favorite all time?
I don't know. I'm very basic. I've been a vampire for the past 3 years. Might switch it up and be a witch. I don't know.
Well, you know what? Growing up, let's see, I was Casper.
Hey,
Yeah.
that is classic.
Yeah, I was Casper. But I will say for half my life, seriously, as Halloween, I was Dracula. It's always a vampire. And I had a kicking cape and everything. It was handmade.
Yeah.
Were you Casper when it was you step into the plastic and you tie it here and then Casper just here with the elastic.
Yes, and you can't breathe.
Yes, it had a slit that big.
Yeah, your mouth had a little thing to breathe through.
Yeah.
You got like this much to see through.
So do you remember those crazy head things where you blew them up and then you tied them? There was like a black bat, there was like a green monster, whatever. You blew it up on top of your, and
Oh, I
then,
remember those.
okay, I'm gonna have to look it up on my phone so you can see it. Well, and then you paint your face, whatever the color of the,
I think I
thing
remember.
is-
I think I do remember that part.
okay, so we were allowed to get those one year, but my mom wouldn't let us use the face paint. So we looked ridiculous.
Oh my
So,
god.
You had this like big balloon thing on your
Yes.
head.
Yes.
Like, oh.
She's like, no face paint. That was the whole reason to beg
to
and get
get
those
those.
costumes. Yeah,
You
the
killed them.
70s and 80s costumes were not good.
Not good.
They were not good.
They were not good.
They were awful.
Well, let's see.
I'm gonna look that up while you talk
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
costumes.
Let's see if we can pull up those pictures, videos, pictures.
Is it my makeup ones or the haunted?
Whatever goes on screen.
Unsure.
No,
Find
yeah,
out. It's
yeah,
a surprise, you guys. Goose.
It's a mystery.
This
It's
is
a goose.
if we
I don't
got-
know.
Well,
It's
if-
goose.
oh,
I have
here
no
we go.
idea.
Oh, there's.
Oh,
Steve
wait.
Banner.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's me.
That's you.
That's me.
Wow.
Yeah.
The makeup looks so good.
You looked
Oh,
amazing.
just wait. Just wait. There's more.
We're hoping.
Oh,
Yep.
That's me.
I guess not.
There was two. I
Were you a
remember
part of
seeing
the
it
scare
in the
man?
Yeah.
thing.
Apparently.
Are you able to pull it up on your phone?
Blow up. What do you want me to pull?
Your.
up?
Oh, there
Oh,
you
there
are.
you
you
go.
are.
Oh, there I am.
That's you?
Yeah, that's me.
You
and
look amazing.
I did makeup. That's not a mask.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't
Cool.
that beautiful?
Oh, you should
don't-
see the
Don't
work
look at
she
that.
does.
That's not a nice shirt. But other than that,
We're gonna have to go.
That's her scary
blow
shirt.
up
Uh,
80s. I'm still looking it up. Blow up 80s.
You would do a lot
costume.
better
Yeah,
than I would.
like literally, you knew like everything. I'd come out. All I had was my teeth, my blood, my cape.
Yep.
Well, that's all the. That's what a vampire
Yeah,
is.
my
Blood,
black-
teeth,
my
cape.
black pants, blood on my white shirt. You know,
Yeah.
every Halloween.
I thought you were gonna say you were dressing up as a cop every Halloween.
No.
That'd be really ironic.
No. You know what? I've never dressed up as a cop. in my
You did
entire life.
yesterday.
You do every day
Well,
now.
now I
You-
do.
yeah.
I can't get away from it.
Every day's Halloween for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? It'd be kind of cool if I could dress up. You know, like OSP was here last night for
What are they
Trunk or
called?
Treat.
Kooky spooks. That's what they're called. Now let me look it
Kooky
up.
Spooks. And he put spider webs all over his cruiser.
Mm.
And I thought, well,
Yeah.
that's kind of cool. But
But I mean, he wasn't on duty. He-
officially, no.
Officially,
But
no.
he still, like, we have to go by our standards.
Yeah.
Well,
And,
he followed me at TCTC. I was scared. I was like, I was going to speed limit and everything.
Okay. What is that?
You don't remember those?
No, I don't have my glasses on. I'm seeing that. I don't remember that. All right, so,
You need to look that up.
all right, wait, let's see. Can you see that? Helps if I.
Wait, is that you?
No,
Oh.
that's,
Oh.
no,
I was gonna
that's
say.
just online. I think mine was green. I was the
Oh.
green
So you're
one.
the green.
But without the face.
That's
paint.
kind of crazy looking. Yeah, you know what? Without the
Thanks,
paint,
Mom.
without that paint,
Yeah, you have to have face paint.
yeah, it would kill it.
It's probably why I'm 51 and still paint my face now because
She's been
because Nana
traumatized.
said I couldn't do it.
You're still holding a grudge.
That's right.
She's been traumatized.
She's getting back at her.
That's right.
So, well,
That kind of bums me out because I had the nun on there.
oh, yes. Do you have a picture of that?
Yeah.
You guys know the nun.
Yeah, obviously.
That's, wait till you see this picture. Maybe we can zoom in on
Hold
that.
on, I have like 1,000 pictures.
Get out of here.
I will say it kind of creeps me out when I saw it. And I know you.
Well, then that's good.
Yeah, it worked.
I'm scared.
So, all right. So you guys went to Cedar Point.
Cedar
Yeah.
Point through the
Yeah.
fairgrounds.
You got a little creeped
Ooh.
out in one.
Creeped out story.
No, well, you got creeped out.
Oh yeah, there's the people with like the metal skin guards that would like run and like slide on the
Oh, those are
concrete. Those were cool, but like when you're just paying attention,
Yeah.
walking, trying not to get kidnapped, and then
That's funny. That's, you know I never get touched in haunted houses.
Mhm.
Well, all right. So,
We're not supposed to touch you.
well, we go to the extreme ones
Oh, okay. Okay.
where you have to fill out,
The
the
waiver.
paperwork and all that. And my oldest son is like 6'3", and even he used to work out, so he was buff. Then you have me, old me, but there would be me, Zach, my one buddy. Literally is like an old biker man. He's got his big old biker beard, and his son's like 6'4", 6'5", and he's a big boy. Played football, and like Zach got grabbed. They had a machete. Everyone's this. All I get is they pat me on my head. They smile at me. I don't know if I got this look on my face, and like Ed's kind of scary. That big biking look, and they grabbed him. They grabbed all of them. And then there's just me cruising through the haunted house, checking things out. Oh, they pat me on the head. How you doing tonight? That's what I get. Like, not bad. How about you? Having conversations with the monsters as I cruise through the haunted house.
Come through mine. I'll be.
Well, you know what? We went to the Akron Canton one 2 weeks ago, and the girl got me. She did. I was busy staring. They got some cool scenes. So I'm sitting there like, that's really cool. I turned around. She was like, ah. I did like a little jump. So I was like, oh, I did. I was like, you got me.
We're gonna lose it.
But all right. So here is Mrs. Wait, where am I at?
Oh, that's
No, I can't.
cool.
Oh my God! Yeah.
That was
I mean,
awesome.
That's creepy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
That is creepy.
Oh, what did I get? Halloween costume advertisement.
Marketing tool.
So, any scary in just a regular haunted house?
Oh, actually my campground, Maniac in the Woods is at my campground this year, Paradise Lakes.
Nice.
So,
Oh, that's right.
Because they
Yeah.
moved, yeah.
yeah, so this is their first year there, and we went there because we were at the campground, so we get free tickets. So we went through, and it was actually really cool because it's like the paths are like you're walking through the woods, and then you go past the lake and all.
Oh,
and
that's
it's really
nice.
cool. It's
Yeah.
nice. It was nice. It's
Do they
really-
got like security, like police?
at the
Yeah, at the
campground?
campground.
They did, okay. Drama about the campground, I can't talk about it. But the recent, like the sheriff, he got fired. Or he didn't get fired, he's leaving the campground. So there's no.
What, you had a deputy?
Yeah, we had a deputy.
I didn't know
His
that.
name was Bill. So, and he was, it's Bezetta.
Oh,
So,
all right. So
yeah.
he's a police officer.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, he's not a deputy.
Sorry, my bad. My bad. My bad.
Okay.
But yeah, no, he left. So, we
All
don't
right.
have one anymore.
No, I didn't want. Well, like we cruised through a lot of the campgrounds,
Mhm.
and I actually was going to go through there, but I didn't because like
Definitely.
a lot of them were like, come on in and drive through here, and we do, and like we'll pop in and we pop out of some of the campgrounds like during the
Mhm.
summer, so we're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
But I never come to Paradise Lake because
You should.
I didn't know what the reception would be. It's like, oh, I'm just here to drive through your campground.
Yeah.
They'd probably pat you on the head and smile.
Yeah.
Oh, here. Let me rub your head. Okay, you go
That's
in.
hilarious.
Get
Yeah.
some good
Yep.
luck.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I've only been like startled. Well, I will say this: when I was 16, we went to the Akron Canton. There was like this. Well, they changed up so much, but there was someone trying to grab you. You know how they always do like the leg thing and they get your attention. Well, this guy got me because like he popped out like right here, like they distracted you here, got in your face here, and I ran over my girlfriend at the time. Like,
Oh my God.
Bam! Right into a wall. I was like, oh. Yeah, I squished her right into the wall. Oh, we can't see. It was like out there in the wall there. And she's like, yeah. Yeah, that was one. That could have been a good embarrassing moment.
You're not supposed to use girlfriends as body human shields.
Didn't mean to.
Girlfriends are
I
not
for-
human shields,
It's
Mike.
like I forgot she was there, and she just went with the motion. Ran right smack face into the wall. But let's talk about. Well, I've been to Hillview Manor. I've ghost hunted there.
Yeah, with me.
Yes, with you.
Yes.
And that is a very active place. I was
Extremely.
touched. We got good video that I've talked about 100 times. You got to go back and watch the seasons. What was it? Season 2, maybe season 2.
Yeah, I think it was season 2.
We got video of that.
Your friend got that really cool picture of the old lady in like a white nightgown with white hair.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
I think is one of the Marys. I think that's the Mary. Is that the woman in white?
Might be
The one up front with the big room.
with the beads.
No, they always talked about. There's so many Marys there.
Yeah, there's a lot of Marys.
The-
With no eyes.
No, I had Mary no eyes, but
Yeah.
there isn't there one you call the lady in white or something,
Mm.
or they think that's that Mary in the front room, like if you're looking in her room, you're looking out front of the building, I believe.
Oh, the apartment where like the scary white thing was.
Yeah.
Snyder, the one that
Yeah. Is that
Mary.
her
Yeah,
name?
Mary
She's a Mary
and
too.
Perry. The guy's name, her
Mary
husband's
and
name was
Perry.
Perry. Last name Snyder. They were not good people.
They were bad people.
Yeah, they were bad people. But yeah, they were like the wardens or whatever, caretakers.
Okay, that's why they had a
Originally.
big room, like a.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
had all those rooms
I
there.
Gotcha.
Yeah. They shared that area with their 2 daughters.
So literally, we were doing a tour. Like they give you a tour before they say, "Okay, go son." And yeah, that was the second floor.
Yeah,
Right?
second floor.
And we're literally watching this shadow, like tall shadow, walking. It was pacing back and forth, and it was blocking out the light. We watched that for like 5-10 minutes. It was a while. It was like literally there for that long. Like everyone's freaking out. I was like,
I think you had Jay and Dale
yes.
were your tour
Tour
guides.
guides.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
They're good. Yeah.
That
they're
was-
they're
that was
really
crazy.
good guides. Oh yeah.
I mean-
Shadows are all the time there. All the time.
But for something just to keep pacing backward, and everybody's watching it.
Mhm.
It's like it didn't care. Didn't care. And then up on the 3rd floor, there's what was that? The
It's
room-
been many things, but the morgue or
that was
right
the
next to
morgue.
Grandpa
yeah,
Joe?
where it pushes you out.
yeah.
So well, you know what? I'm that guy. Like it'll make you sick. Yeah, let me go see that for myself. So I jumped right up into there. It's like, yeah, it'll repel you and this and that. Like, yeah. And then I went, oh man, I felt sick. And he's like, does your head hurt? And it did. It felt like somebody was vicing my head. He's like, just back away. I'm like, I'm backing. And it did. It made me feel nauseated. The hair like literally stands up on your arms.
It's a heavy room.
It is a heavy room. And it's like, no lie, it's a heavy room. And it does. It repels you back. It does. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We had Zach, my son Zach had captured, because we have what's that? What's those cameras? The heat cameras. The infrared. Yeah, we had infrared.
Yeah.
And my son actually caught a person in a doorway. It was all blue, which means it was super cold. A face, a legit face, just hovering there, like by itself. He had a couple things, a couple pictures.
Yeah.
I got poked with you.
I did not poke him.
No, she did not poke me. It was her.
It was not me.
Her son and me. We were down in George's room. He's cool, by the way. He's a Steeler fan. And the flashlight method works really well, where they turn it on and off the flashlight and answering questions. And I had a voice box, and I think we thought we heard a voice or something. And I was like, "Is that you?" And blah blah blah. But literally, like right here in my thigh, I felt a poke. That was creepy. That's the first time I've ever been touched. That was not like my head.
Not like your head?
No. Yeah. I was like, ooh, because there's nobody there. So that was weird. We had a lot of things.
Yeah, the activity is usually pretty consistent, but I think it depends on the people there too. Like if there's bad energy or whatever there, then
I think people carry that too. Yeah.
So it depends. But sometimes it is crazy active the whole night long. shadows everywhere, noises, doors shutting, people getting touched, all that stuff.
Well, I don't know. Do you guys know what this place is?
Not really, but I
No.
think I'm
Mhm.
starting to catch on. I don't know.
Well, have you heard of it?
No.
It's all right. It's over in Newcastle, PA.
It's on our shirt.
It's on our shirt.
Here it is.
It was a work farm. Do you guys know what a work farm was?
Yeah.
All right. So it started off as a work farm, and then eventually it became a nursing home. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. You know more history than I do.
Yeah. So the work farm or poor farm, it was for people, obviously, who didn't have the means to take care of themselves or what have you. Orphans, back then in like the 20s or what have you, sadly, some people that may have had mental health issues or what have you, they didn't diagnose that stuff or care for those people, so sometimes they just got dropped off, that sort of thing. But if you lived there, you had to work there, and it was a real working farm. So there were animals, fields. It was actually 3 farms in the area brought together to make one. And this was the first one in this area that was both men and women. They had separate poor farms before, but now we have one all together. But the people that we were talking about before, Mary and Perry Snyder, they were not good people. They didn't treat these people humanely in the way that people should be treated. Any people, but especially people who are down on their luck or have special needs or,
They took
that sort of
advantage
thing.
of them.
It was awful. And then that went on for years and years and years, and it was eventually turned into a nursing home, assisted living facility. A new wing was built in 77, and that was the critical care unit. So all those people were real sick.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. People were buried in the back. That was when Mary and Perry Snyder were there. Part of Lawrence County, part of their role was to process the deceased. What they would do is take the money and the bodies to process, and instead of giving them their own burial plot, their own headstone, that sort of thing, they were burying them one on top of the other, on top of the other, on top of the other, with no dignity whatsoever. And how that was found out is years and years and years later, they'd been able to do this. So, I mean, if we were to guess, there's thousands of bodies buried back there. It's not just like a couple. It's like
Has anyone ever
thousands.
ghost hunted back in the cemetery?
Yes, but we don't go back there too much anymore because it does line up with that
Golf course.
golf course, and it's that line of trees and the thickness of the brush and stuff that's back there. The ticks are
Yeah,
awful. You don't want to go back there. But they did find out a hunting dog. People were hunting back there, and a hunting dog was able to bring human remains.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and then they were like, well, where did this come from? Then they found all of these bodies buried on top of each other. Yeah, it's awful. So the scare house part, that's like the haunted building in the front. And then the Halloween haunted house, it's in there's 2 garages back there, like garage buildings, and the one has the scare house. Part of that is where some of those bodies were buried, and we really and truly do not know if all of the bodies were located because those people didn't keep records. So we don't know how many people were buried back there.
Yeah.
But the actual scare house is also haunted. We have pictures of like a floating head in these like balloons and stuff. And when you're in there, all summer long, we work on getting the scare house put together in the field. You'll be in there and you'll hear somebody walking around, but there's no one else in there, and you're like, hey, get me a staple gun, and there's no one in there, but you hear someone in there. Yeah, it's nuts. That place it's crazy out there. Yeah.
Well, you've been some places, so
Yeah.
tell us about some of your stories.
Okay, well, I went to Hawking Hills. You know Hawking Hills
Yeah.
isn't like,
Oh yeah.
but like one time when we stayed there, we stayed in a cabin, and me and my mom both saw the same figure, and there was this old man. He was wearing some type of like hat, and I I saw him when I was outside. I saw him walk past the window. And my mom saw him while she was inside walking up the stairs.
So was he outside both times?
No,
Or he was actually inside the cabin?
He was in the cabin both times.
All right, so you was outside, you saw him inside
Yeah.
the cabin.
Yeah, and then my mom was inside the cabin.
And she saw him inside.
Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah, like how much detail did you notice about him?
I saw that there was like a beard I saw. He was very skinny. Like skinny. So
Like almost like he looked ill, or?
Yeah, it was like, it was odd. It was odd. He kind of looked like a hunter. Like, but.
Do you remember, like, could you tell his clothing, or?
No, I couldn't, no. It looked baggy. Looked like he was wearing baggy clothes.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, but.
No, was he like solid, or was he kind of see-through?
Oh, he was solid. When I saw him, he was solid. My mom said he was see-through when she saw him.
See, that's yeah, and that's when you start wondering if it's like a intelligent haunt,
Right.
or is it
Yeah.
like the record? Is it just there playing itself over and does
Yeah.
Oh, like a
the-
residual.
a residual
Yeah.
haunt?
Over
But the
and
fact
over.
that he was solid at one point, and then, I mean, that's
Yeah, because my brother's girlfriend at the time, she stayed at my bed, and then I moved upstairs into this little area upstairs, and it's open, so like the kitchen is right below me, and then the dining room and the living room. So I was staying up there, and it was like midnight, 1, and I was like, I heard stuff moving in the kitchen, but I'm like 12, so I'm like, I'm not gonna go down there. I'm just gonna stay up here.
pulling the cover.
Yeah, I'm like,
You can't see me.
like
can't
I was
see you.
horrified. I was like,
Oh.
what is happening? And then like, I swear I heard footsteps, like either going
Coming up or
yeah,
down?
coming up or going down the stairs. But I'm guessing they were coming up because they were, you know, they were in the kitchen. I'm guessing. Sounded like they were walking around. I was like, because I also was like, Mom, no, nobody. I was like, So I guess and I got up and I turned the TV on. So it's just I'm not dealing with this. I'm not dealing with this.
Did that? How many nights did you guys stay?
We were there for like 4 days.
So it was like
Yeah.
active from the get-go.
Well, when my mom first walked in, she was like, I feel something. This feels off. And I was like, And then the day went on, and I was like, okay, I'm starting to feel something. But my dad was like, no, there's nothing wrong. Just go to bed. Or all. I was like, okay. So, but only me and my mom were the ones that like saw.
Let me ask you this: Do you feel like, are you in touch with stuff?
I mean,
I don't want to
maybe.
come out and say, are you psychic? Or
Yeah,
you?
no,
You know?
my mom is really a part of that. She loves that. She says she is. And she's like, well, if you're from me, you definitely are. So, I mean, from the experiences I've had, I would say probably, because...
Give us another story. I like stories. Story time.
Story time. I don't know. When I went to the Eastern State Penitentiary, who did we see? We saw somebody's cell. Al Capone's. We saw Al Capone's
Oh yeah,
cell.
that's right.
And just the feeling of being around his cell. He was only in there for a year because he got caught with a gun. So he was in there for a year, and just the feeling around his cell was odd. It didn't feel right.
Well, you know, the whole part, that's such a joke. I mean, you see a cell, and then all of a sudden there's Al Capone, who's got his chair, nice bed,
Yeah, because it was his
lamp,
yeah.
recliner. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
'Cause
Tell me he didn't have it going on.
Yeah, no, yeah. His cell was all decked out. Like,
Yeah.
Because it was his cell, and then it was a normal person's cell next to it. And I was
Which
like,
had nothing.
yeah, no, nothing.
Nothing.
Just a toilet.
Just that toilet. That's it.
Yeah.
Then you wondered, hey, I wonder if that guy even had toilet paper over there.
Yeah, yeah.
Al Capone had it all.
Yeah.
So, do you got any good stories?
Well, my grandma, she lives on Chestnut Ridge Camp, like the old one inside Hubbard. And when I was little, I used to always stay the night there. And one time, I used to sleep like downstairs, and next door is the chapel. That's important to this story. And I always used to see like people walking across.
So wait, how?
Okay.
So she lives right next to an old church.
Okay, have you ever seen Chestnut Ridge Campground? Do you know what that is?
I don't think I've ever been over there.
Okay, well, it's like this old campground, and it like got shut down because a building burnt down, and there's like still stuff there, but they took down like all of the old cabins and everything.
Okay.
But her house was like the main like area. There's like that's where the kitchen was, and there was rooms upstairs and all that. Then she has a back building that like is where all the bathrooms and all the toiletries things were. And then the very back building, they had like a basketball hoop, and that's where all like the younger kids stayed. And there's writing all over those walls. It's really creepy. But then next door is the chapel, which is where they would have the church like services.
So there's one whole big laid out
Yeah.
place with different buildings.
Yeah.
Okay.
But one like when I was little, I used to always see like people walking from my grandma's house, which is like where all the rooms were, to the chapel, and that always stuck with me. I think it's so weird.
But there weren't people.
No, because
I mean, you saw them, but
yeah, because then when you look away and look back, they're not.
They're
there.
gone.
Yeah, so I don't know, but
no.
it's so creepy thinking about that.
Did your grandmother own this place?
No, my grandpa used to just go knock on people's doors and ask if he can buy their house and like trade for something. So after the building burnt down, they had to shut everything down. He just went and knocked and was like, "Can I buy this?" And they're like, "Sure."
So he bought some of the places there.
Well, he bought the entirety of the land.
Oh,
and
so
sold,
all right, the land is all his.
Yes, and they sold the chapel next door to my grandma's best friend, and then they renovated it and turned both buildings into a house.
Okay.
And then the second building was turned into like her garage and her storage area, and then the very back building was like they had the basketball court, and that's where my mom and her brother slept.
All right, so basically they bought this huge complex, lived
Yes.
there, bought it. And so you didn't really have guests coming in and going. I mean,
No.
it was like just you guys.
Yeah, no, it was just turned into like a family house.
Well, I wonder, so was it like a big campground or some kind of?
No, so that's just what they called it, but it was really just like I don't know how to explain it. It was only kids that would go there, like teenagers and young kids. So I think it was just like a spend the night camp.
Well,
I don't know. My
yeah.
grandma won't talk about it. I
There
don't know
used to-
why, but
there
she
used-
won't.
There used to be an old camp out on 169. Can't remember the name of it was, but like when.
Well,
when I
it was connected to the church, Chestnut Ridge Church.
Yeah, this
But-
is all the way over in Vernon, but I've never really
it's
been
not.
over in Hartford. Or I mean, not
Hubbard.
Harvard. I can't even talk now. Harvard, Hubbard. You know, it's all the same. But that's weird. I'm gonna have to check it out. So,
So I come ghost hunting.
yeah, we're gonna have to do that. They still own it.
Mhm.
So, do you like go and you still hear things, see things?
Yeah, like sometimes I'll have people walking around, and it's only me and my nana. Like we're the only two people that are there ever, because my grandpa passed away, so that doesn't exist. And then the people in the house next door moved out, so now we own that too. And
Oh,
it's just,
you think she'd let us come ghost hunt?
yeah, if you asked. I mean, I don't think she would say no. But don't tell her if you find anything, guys. I don't think she'd want to know.
Well, would you want to know?
Well, yeah, but
Well, you
don't
wanna-
tell her.
You want to ghost hunt with us?
Oh, yeah.
All right, you got to fix us up here. That's pretty interesting.
Eh.
So, all these how many times would you hear or see things?
Well, I used to stay over there all the time, so it would be every 1 out of 4 times, I'd say. I don't really know. I didn't take a count.
Count.
Yeah.
You have the feeling that something's watching you,
Yeah.
in her house or.
Yeah. So she has this room upstairs, which is where she says a kid died in there, but I'm pretty sure it's just to scare me when I was little. But it always has been haunted. You always hear footsteps in that room. You hear voices in that room. And she used to have these dolls that would be in there, and they'd move.
No, I don't do dolls.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not. There's not much afraid. I am not afraid of a lot, pretty much. dolls freak me out.
Do not like dolls.
There's something about dolls that
Yeah.
I don't like. Do you have like a little camera or something, like an old camera that you could put in that room?
Yeah, but like nobody lives there anymore except for my nana, so I don't
Well,
know
when
if
you're-
she'd want to know if there's ghosts
Well,
in that room. She's trying to be able to sleep.
Wait, she sleeps in that room?
No, she sleeps
No
in
one
another
does.
room. No.
So go over there, set up your camera, just let it run, and you can review. I'll bring it to. I'll look at it. I'll watch it. And
I'll
see.
watch the dolls move. Okay, great.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know. Don't tell your nana. Oh yeah, that's
Creepy. Yeah.
That is creepy. I wonder what it was, or there's got to be a story, especially if your nana won't talk about it.
Yeah, she doesn't talk about the campground at all. The only thing that I know, well, she just had this picture book of all the things that like were there. That's how I knew it was like only kids, because it was connected to the church, and they used to bring their youth groups there.
Mhm.
And that's like all I know is just from pictures.
Interesting. We're gonna have to investigate this deeper. Come on, you're gonna be a sleuth now.
I'm gonna have to start going and just like setting up cameras. She'll
Yeah.
be like, what are you doing?
Or even a tape recorder.
Oh, yeah.
I told you about the Hamilton. You know what I am afraid of? It's gone now. It's actually been leveled. We always just called it the Hamilton house. It's the house I grew up in. I don't know if I shared any of the stories with you. on
Yeah.
this. Oh, I can.
I believe you have.
I could bring my mom in. I could bring everyone that stayed in this house has had something happen to them, and no one knew the true history of this house because the history only went so far back. But the house was there before that. And like I saw a black. I didn't know what. Like I don't know what you'd call it, a hooded figure. Yeah, it was like standing there. You know, these are the old. Well, those were like 8-foot doorways.
Yeah.
This thing was as tall as the doorway. I think I passed out on that one because I'm standing there staring at me. That was one of those. I'm covering up now, so I don't see you.
Eek.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of crazy stuff. Every night, I hated it. The attic was a big, long bedroom, and my brother and I were up there. That was our room. And every night, like, you'd hear someone coming up the steps, and there's a landing, and there was 3 more steps. Every night. And you'll be looking, and there's nobody there. And he would go back down. I don't know how many times a night. I hated that place. It was. I could tell you so many stories. That place scared. That's the one thing I'm afraid of. But it's gone. That's I think
Eek.
what got me into doing what I do now.
I think that's pretty much
That would
everybody's story.
do it. Yeah.
That you have some sort of experience, and then you gotta search for more.
Yeah, because now I want to know. I mean, I gotta have an. I'm like, I have to have an answer. I want answers. I'm that kind of person. You know, it's like it's bothering me. I gotta dig into it.
Yeah.
Any big stories for you?
I've only had like a couple.
Well, let's hear.
I used to have an old box TV that like if you turned it on and it wasn't like in the right channel or anything, it would just be static and like that old stacky. So when I was younger, I would just randomly wake up and it'll be turned on, and like
White noise. He's
Like-
already ahead of his time.
it was just turning on because
Pioneer.
it was
Pioneer right
terrible.
there.
I hated that sound of just the static and just like seeing that. I hated it. So like once per month, it would just randomly turn on, or I would be just sitting there doing homework and it just turns on. You have to like push the button hard to turn that on, and it's not connected to anything but power. That was it. Because
Power up.
I was ready for that to be gone, but my parents have yet to move it. It's gone now, and it would feel weird because every time I would turn it off, it would be like staticky over like the film,
Yeah.
so like I would be shocking everything. I hated it.
Oh, that was the old TV.
The old big
TV.
box.
That's how we
TV.
lived every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, we were the chain. had the remote controls. Go through
We
the
were the
channel.
remote control.
Yeah.
Oh, I had no remote control. It
No.
was all on the TV.
We
That's
didn't
right.
either. Let's say our parents didn't either. It was us.
We were the remote control.
Yeah. I want channel 3.
And sometimes, if you touch the TV just right, like it went through you and you were the antenna, and then you're like,
Oh yeah. To get
yeah,
the channel.
you had to
It's like,
stand there.
Don't move.
Yeah, I want to finish this show. Don't move.
Don't
You're like,
move.
oh my gosh. So you just stand there like this the whole time.
Yeah. Or you go up. Smack, smack, smack. Okay, I got a picture now.
Oh yeah.
It's working. Oh yeah. Like literally, I had to smack that tube back into place or something. I don't know. Well, okay, tell us. We were talking earlier about this was cool. She took a train trip. That's what I want to do. She took an old steam locomotive up to Massachusetts.
Yeah. So we stayed in Boston, and we flew. So my dad was like, "I'm not driving in that city." So we flew, and from Boston we took a train up to Salem, and then back down to Boston. But we spent all day up in Salem. So there was nothing really, like, I guess, like, haunted in Salem. I didn't see anything, but there was a lot of scare actors, and we did go to a witch. What did we go to? We went to a witch museum up in Salem, and that was cool. I wanted to see where they filmed Hocus Pocus, but we didn't have enough time.
Please excuse this interruption. Would Dominic
In
Smith
Boston,
report to the front office?
we actually no,
Dominic
it wasn't in
Smith
Boston. It was in
to the front
Gettysburg.
office.
In Gettysburg, we went ghost hunting, and it was like a group, and we were outside, and my dad actually got something. He was using those sticks, whatever they're called.
Oh yeah, dowsing
The
rods.
dowsing rod.
Please
Yes.
excuse the
He
interruption.
was using those.
McDonald students, you are dismissed at this time.
All of a sudden, I'm a McDonald's student.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
At
Bye.
this time.
I am dismissed at this time.
That's a nice experience in Gettysburg.
Yeah. Oh my God. In Gettysburg, we were talking to one of the people that were taking us on tour, and they actually found a live bomb. They were digging up a spot, and they found a live bomb that they had to, like, deactivate. But it
Right.
was cool because they were like, well, just think about it. How many live bombs are we walking on right now?
Right.
Like, so that was cool.
Question is, how many mass graves are you walking on?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
whole place,
It's-
Gettysburg,
Yeah. we
just basically has
I
to
will-
be
I
yeah.
will- I will
all graves.
Say this
It
about
is, yeah.
Gettysburg. If you go there, you have to go. What's that big? They got a big like visitor center, but they do the tours, and like one guy will drive your car around. You have to do that tour. This gentleman we had, he knew we were lucky. I mean, this guy was into his history, and better yet, somehow we didn't know that you had to call like days before. This guy goes, I don't know, he just liked us. He's like, I got him. And literally, he was late for his last tour. He goes, they can wait. I like that guy. But he was so thorough. I mean, we'd stop, get out, and he would explain. You really don't understand it until you explain the actual entire battlefield. And then you
Yeah.
get that picture in your head, and then you're like, oh my gosh.
Like, wow.
And it's really overwhelming of what happened there.
Yeah.
It's like, and each battlefield's different.
Yeah.
But literally, he starts you from day one, way over. And we had a couple of our own militias and stuff out of Ohio there, from here.
Yeah.
Ours was a cannon brigade.
Yeah.
Oh.
We had a cannon brigade, and then we were in two huge battles. The original area where they had set up, where I forget who it was, came marching in. They're shooting up, but they were way out of distance. It's like they're just blowing cannons off, and they're just piecing out. It's like, we're still coming. But and then up on what was the? I can't think of all the places. The big top's like over here to your right, and then but there's the spring, and that was a big part because that was the only place for water or something like that. But then you go up this huge hill, and it's one of the only places where you'll see monuments. So basically, what it is all these monuments were pretty much the Union, and then you always had like the South on the other side. Here, they were all intermixed, and some people were mad about it but they're like,
Yeah.
sorry, but this is how it was.
Yeah.
At one point, they controlled it. This point, they controlled it. We're not moving monuments, which is, you shouldn't.
No.
It's disrespectful. And then he got up to this one, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but it kind of winds up. And whatever the
Yeah.
battle was, the South could have won so many times. It's crazy. It really is crazy. And it was the Ohio guys that held them off, I think, were one of the big
Yes.
hold
I know
offs
what
on
you're
this
talking
one.
about now. Yeah.
Yeah, because they did a, what do you call the earth thing, where they did the trees, like knocked all the trees down, and they had like a little barricade that they used to fight behind.
Now, none of this is the, what was it, Devil's Den?
No,
Part.
the double den. All right, so the big top's here, double den's over here, and you kind of come around this way. You got like the flat area out off the woods, the spring, and then you start working your way up to. It's weird how the battles went. And then they literally like fought. They fought for everything. Like literally every foot of land there was a battle for it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you get up to this one flat spot, and he literally took us like from here into the TriCaster room, and we're standing there. And I noticed it. I'm like, well, this is a big pit. And he like looked at me, and he's like, you know what you're standing on? I'm like, I think I do know what I'm standing on. He goes, that's right. He goes, this was because they would just dig holes.
Yep.
Plowing. Yeah.
Yep.
So they had Union and
Mhm.
Confederate soldiers all. Boop. So
Right
yeah,
on.
he goes, you're standing on a mass grave. He goes, we believe we got all the bodies out of this one, but they're all railed through this whole area. And he goes, and we're still, once in a while, you'll find like a fox carrying out someone's bone, and we try to recover them, but you
Mhm.
can't trace it back to who it belongs to. It's crazy. Unfortunately, we did the ghost hunt. We did that one where you go to that orphanage. That was on Ghost
Oh.
Hunters and all that. You go into the basement,
Yeah.
where everybody gets touched, and no one touched me. No one even patted me on the head on that one. Didn't get no good pictures. No, I got nothing. But my friend Eric, who got all the good pictures from Hillview,
Mhm.
he's got some crazy pictures down there. In fact, in that area of soldiers, literally, like you could see them standing right inside the tree lines and stuff. But we got to start moving on. So, without further ado, let's go into my favorite time, embarrassing moments. I didn't tell you guys about this. Did I tell you about this moment?
No, but everyone else did.
All right.
That's
Surprise.
embarrassing.
Surprise.
So, with keeping it school related, good. A funny story about yourself or an embarrassing moment about yourself that everybody can hear. Who wants to go first?
You.
Yeah.
You want all of us to go. I think you go.
I think I did. Well, I actually did share one earlier.
I'm just trying to pass it off so that we don't have to do it. We'll run out of time
Yeah.
if we keep talking.
Yeah, if you really want to know mine, I have said my biggest one like 100 times. You got to go back and view it. I'll leave it at that. Mine was in a campground,
Oh God.
and it was embarrassing for me. In Tupperware and raccoons. People laughed at me and clapped every day after that. That's all I'm saying. You guys gotta go find the episodes.
That's all.
Yeah, it was embarrassing. Thanks to my sister-in-law. You remember that? I know you know this story.
I don't know that I do.
All right, so you know what Tupperware is?
Yes.
Yes.
Back in the day, it was gold, and we used to go tinning all the time. I would take my niece, Gianna, who's in here, her mother, when she was yay big, and we're all camping at Cook's Forest, which was our favorite place. And one night, you gotta really put your stuff away because those raccoons are clever little guys.
They are.
I'm minding my own business, sleeping soundly in my underwear. And back then, they didn't have nice colors. They were all tidy whities. My sister's like, oh, those coons got our Tupperware. And they're yelling for me to go chase this coons out. So, people are playing Kumbaya. And there's all I am chasing this raccoon. That was a lot more fit back in the day, by the way. Through the state park, glowing down the road with the full moon. I got that Tupperware back.
Excuse the interruption.
The best part.
Students, you're released at this time.
The best part was
Students, you're released at
I
this
came back.
time. Thank you.
Everyone's clapping at all the campsites. Yeah, woo! Yeah, thank you. And my sister-in-law was like, "Oh, that's my old stuff. They could have had that." I wanted to smack her with that Tupperware. Thank you. Yep. So there's my embarrassing moment.
Amazing.
Good.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. But I got cheered every day. Everyone knew us in the campground at that
That's
point.
funny. That's funny.
All right, it's your turn.
I'm going to use the same one that I used on
Go
the
ahead.
last one.
Go ahead.
Over this past summer, Mrs. Phillips downstairs and Miss Little and I were making deliveries, and I bent. We had all of the boxes on a cart, and I bent over to get a box off of the bottom part of the cart and split my pants here
Oh
at
my
work.
God. Oh.
And
That was funny.
I stood right up and was like, "Oh my God, I split my pants!" And right at that exact moment, Superintendent Gray came walking through the door down the hall, and I was like, "Ooh!" And so I had to go into the care closet and borrow a pair of pants
Oh my
from the care
gosh.
closet,
Yep.
and now Mr. Gray calls it the Cara closet
The Cara-
instead of the
Cara
care
closet.
closet because I had to borrow a pair of pants from there.
That's funny. They were washed and returned. by
They
the
were
way.
washed and returned, everybody. I did not steal them for real. Yes.
My embarrassing story. You remind me of something. Like a week ago, I apparently split my pants down the back and did not know. I didn't find out until 7th period.
Oh.
When I went to put my
So
phone in
you
my
cruised around all day.
Oh.
Oh, that's worse than my tidy whities.
I went to put my phone in my back pocket, and my phone went in the hole instead. I'm like, what is that?
Oh, you poor thing. To all of his friends, shame on you.
I'm the friend. I didn't tell him.
Shame on you.
Sorry.
I asked her
Oh,
later,
you
I'm
poor
like, why didn't you
thing.
tell me? And she was like, oh, you did? I wasn't really looking.
To be fair,
Yeah.
I wasn't looking
I wasn't
there.
looking.
Which is very admirable.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
see?
But no one told me the whole day.
I'd have told you.
Yeah.
If
so-
I saw it, I would have let you know. I'd have been. Psst.
I would have
That's-
taken you to the Cara closet instantly.
That's like walking around with your zipper down all day.
Yeah.
So I just toughed it out the rest of the day because I saw it in another period.
I mean, you already went through all the way to
Exactly.
7th period.
Exactly.
What is one more period?
So I just toughed it out.
You're
and
already
just-
there.
You know what? He's a trooper.
Yes.
You
yes.
are a trooper. Kudos.
Yeah, are we able to do a cheer? We had all these sound effects. We never use them anymore.
I'll do it for you.
Come on, guys.
Yay!
Or the sound effect. That's embarrassing.
I think we actually had
We
that
do.
too.
We do.
That's funny.
Well, a couple days ago, I was walking down the stairs and I missed the step
Oh,
and I tripped and I fell on this kid in front of me and I took
Wait,
him
here?
down. Oh, it was here. Yeah. Yeah. And I took this
there we go.
and he like looked at me. He was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm gonna be honest. I didn't see the step." And he just walked away. I was like, "Well, I mean,
Well, it was nice of him to break your fall.
true. You know what?
That's a good way to pick up a guy. Well, you know, I was
Oh my gosh! I think
falling for you.
I fell for you.
Oh, that's funny.
I didn't use that line. Sorry.
I don't know. I don't have anything embarrassing. I can't think of anything.
Come on, everybody's got a funny story.
I mean, I do remember this one time my friend was like, "Your ex is outside, oh my god," and I was like really in love with them, and I was like, "Oh my god," so I ran out of my room, and like, I have like 12 stairs, like, down, and I missed all of them, completely, all of them, all the way down to my floor. Well, I landed in the Spider-Man pose.
Superhero.
So I was
nice.
like, I saved that.
Nice.
So
That's
bad.
sweet.
It's nice.
3 in the morning. Meanwhile, parents did not wake up. I hit the wall. I hit parents did not wake
3
up.
o'clock in the morning, boyfriend shouldn't have been there. Did the
Yeah.
superhero thing and didn't even wake up the parents.
Yeah, I went outside and he wasn't even there.
That
So
is-
what was the
yeah.
point?
That's actually not embarrassing. That's like
That's-
awesome.
that's
Awesome story.
That's-
Anybody that
That's
can
another woo.
accidentally land a superhero pose?
Yeah.
Come on. That,
Yeah, I was like, wait, I'm like a Spider-Man.
Shooting waves.
We say that when our dog runs outside. We have a porch. There's like 3 steps. So she'll run out and she'll Superman off of
My dog does
because she
that.
has to go potty. You
Yeah.
know.
What
So
the
we're
dog
always
doing?
like, she's Superman. Dog.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, that brings us to shout outs.
It's shout out time.
You know who mine is.
Go ahead, shout
Mine
out.
is always Mrs. Phillips. It's always Mrs. Phillips is my.
Well, you got to
is
throw
my
one to
pal.
Myra.
Oh heck yeah,
Yeah.
Myra, for sure.
We
I'm
love
sorry,
you.
Mrs.
Mrs.
Sailor.
Sailor.
Yeah.
This is her, like, this is it. Well,
Yeah.
she's,
Her next week is
next
her last
week's her
week.
last
She's
day. She's
retiring.
retiring.
Aww.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Sailor is
Yes.
an icon. She is
She
awesome.
is an icon.
She's iconic.
Yep.
Yep.
She's the best.
It's going to be weird.
Super weird.
All right, my shout outs are Mrs. Hickey, or Miss Hickey, in the digital marketing group, and Mrs. Scott and Mr. Lideck for letting me come here.
Nice.
Woo.
I shout out to all of them too. Nice.
Shout out. Yes. Yeah, you know what? I would, not to interrupt all you guys, I'd like to shout out to all your teachers for allowing you to come here and hang out with me for this period of
Yeah,
time.
they're nice.
Yeah.
Shout out. Awesome.
Yep.
Shout out.
Shout out.
I shout out Miss Hickey. It's my favorite teacher. She's so sweet. And then I also shout out the digital marketing team. I don't know. We're all friends. I love them all so much.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
good.
that's nice.
Yeah. That's great.
Miss Hickey does a great job of bringing us all together.
That's good. That is nice.
She's a good girl.
Your turn.
You're having an embarrassing moment right now.
Yeah.
Scares me every time. I don't even look for it. I'm like, where is it coming from?
Shout out to W. Mike
Oh,
for
thank you.
inviting me to this podcast. This
Thank you.
wonderful podcast.
Very cool.
And I guess my program teacher, Mrs.
You can always say
Sampson.
hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Mom, I'm on TV. But of course, my program teacher, I miss her. I want to go back. Take me back. Sanson, take me back.
Oh, Miss Sanson's awesome. She's cool.
Yes. Well, I would like to shout out to everybody, to all of you for joining me here. To my team, the rookies back there in the TriCaster room and wherever else they're at.
Somewhere.
A shout out to everyone that did the trunk and treats yesterday.
Oh,
yeah.
hey, that's
Yeah.
us. That's
That's
us.
us.
Watch out for.
That was crazy. That was a lot of people.
We ran out of candy like 8 times. They dropped $65 on candy at Big Lots.
Yeah,
We
I'm
were
surprised you
halfway
got back
through.
in, by the way, too.
Oh yeah, I had to, because the officer down at the end, he moved back, moved through. I had to be a Karen to people
Yeah.
because they were going around cones and all that. Had to tap on a few windows, be like, gotta turn around. But
Did That, you know what, shout out, because that was a lot, and you guys did an awesome job. Staff did an awesome job.
Oh, yeah. And it's good for
Yeah,
the community.
it is.
It's
It's
good for
nice.
the
It
kids
was
to get
nice.
safe candy and,
Yeah.
you know,
It's getting
see the
bigger and
school
bigger and
and
bigger.
stuff.
It
is.
is. It's gotten bigger.
It is.
So shout out to everybody involved with that. That's about it. That's all I got.
Yep.
Was it?
I'll
That'll
shout
do
out to
it.
my mom too, because I love her.
Shout out Courtney.
Oh,
That's
shout
my
out
mom.
Amanda.
We love moms.
And
Love moms.
and Nana.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
get
yeah,
my
yeah,
Nana.
Yeah,
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 guys, shout out to-
obviously.
Shout out Mimi.
I'm gonna come ghost hunt your place.
That sounded
sounds really creepy.
totally
Yeah, yeah.
threatening.
I'm gonna go start your
We won't tell you.
I'll just show up one day.
No, there's
It's
gonna-
okay, Nana. It's okay.
Deputy Mike's gonna knock on the door and she's gonna be like, "What is happening?"
Who is this guy?
Why is the popo here?
All right, things to know before you go.
Things to know before you go.
I don't know nothing. Like
Nothing.
The trunk or
That's what
treat
you need to
happened.
know.
Don't go to Nana's
Halloween
house.
is coming up.
Halloween's about over, so get out to those haunted houses, have some
Yeah.
fun, clean fun.
Yes,
Go,
safe,
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Trick or treat.
Yes.
Next week is Halloween, guys.
Be
Yeah.
careful when
Thursday.
trick or treating.
Yes, be careful.
Yeah, be
Don't
careful.
eat candy with razor blades.
Yeah.
Yes,
Very
Check
good tip.
Your candy.
And
Very
don't
good
break
tip.
curfew law.
Yeah.
Yes, don't break
Don't do
curfew.
that.
law.
These are so good.
If your mom says
I
go
don't know if
home,
they
go
put up
home.
my email yet or not, but for anybody out there listening, I do want to find out like what you want to hear us talk about, and it has to be school appropriate. So don't send me. some
Then
silly
I'm
things.
out. I'm just kidding. I'm
But
kidding.
I do want to hear from everyone. So you can email me here at mike.gear. What is it? tctchome.com.
Yep, at TCTC.
At
Yep.
TCTC, yeah. So yeah, drop me a line. Let me know what you would like to hear.
His line, his email.
In my email. Yeah. Don't call me.
hit 'em up.
Email me.
Even though he doesn't check his email.
Yeah. He knows me so well. I know. I'm bad at that. I do try checking. I do.
Once in a blue moon.
Once in a blue moon, I do try checking. So that brings us to out of service. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for all those that tune in. Till next time.
Bye.
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 Oh, thank you, everybody.